I'm Bree.
And I'm Lucky.
We're the host of
Saying Whatever We Want to Say. Authentic girl talk.
No punches pulled.
Like no one's listening.
We discuss any and everything from lifestyle,
our experiences as Black women,
love,
business, and so much more. Saying whatever we want to say.
Hey, what's up, look?
What's up, Bree?
Back
What's going on? We back at it.
With the white buns.
I have no idea still what that means.
Oh, it was like a little funny video that was on Facebook or something a long time ago. It was like, back at it again with the white Vans, because this boy had on white Vans. It was silly. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But it's something that just traveled with me. It's a thought that lives inside of my head.
Okay. You do say it a lot, yeah.
Yeah, so back with Saying Whatever We Want to Say, episode 3, Kanye Krazy.
Kanye Krazy.
Kanye Krazy. I don't even know that song. That's
I love Little Dirt.
Well, we know she the gangster one out the crew. She's definitely the gangster one out the crew. Let's do a little update. I want to know how you doing first before we even start.
Mental health check.
Yes.
Actually, I'm okay. I had to take a couple of days off. I took a couple of days off. I felt like I was kind of moving too much, doing too much. I had to check myself. I have been waking up, meditating every morning, but I felt like that wasn't enough. So I took a 2-day break, got a little hotel.
Oh, nice.
Moved away from my phone. And I feel like I'm reset. So I feel better.
I love that for you. I absolutely love that for you. I'm good. I have I got some news, which is really good because even though they say no news is better than, what is it? No news is better than bad news. Is it? Something like that. Like no news is better than bad news. But I like news because I like to be informed. So I got some news about me and my journey to other things to grow my life in different ways. So I love that for me. Okay. I know that was vague as heck, but whatever.
Well, she'll fill you in on one of these episodes.
Right, get out my little business. But so speaking of Kanye being crazy, I don't know how I feel about that word crazy.
I don't care for the word crazy.
Right. Yeah, so that's why we putting it in quotations. Yeah. So when you was growing up, because I want to talk a little bit about mental health. So when you was growing up, what was your perception of mental illness and therapy?
Honestly, I didn't even know mental illness existed as a child. Like, how often really do we talk about mental health, mental illness, mental awareness, any of those things in a Black household? At least in my household, as a child, I'll say as a child, we didn't talk about it. Like, it wasn't a subject.
Yeah, it was taboo for us too. It was like almost like with a jokey undertone, like, oh, he crazy as hell. Like you'll say somebody's crazy.
You might hear that.
Yeah, but somebody is actually suffering from mental illness. I've never heard anybody say that. Like, I've never heard anybody label it anything. But for sure, like, I've heard, like, oh, such and such is crazy. That mother effer crazy as hell. Everybody got that
crazy uncle.
Yeah, everybody got a crazy uncle or that crazy lady in your neighborhood. Like, but nobody really identified what it was. So it definitely was a taboo topic. And therapy was definitely frowned upon. Was it frowned upon or was it, like, substituted for Jesus?
No, because Jesus is therapy. Yeah. No, Jesus is therapy. It's like, if you have an issue, it don't matter what it is. Turn it over to Jesus.
That's
it's
right.
Like,
pray about it.
But Jesus done, if you believe in Jesus or whatever, but Jesus done, our God done put other people on this planet to be able to help you with certain things or give you tools. So, like, Jesus ain't came to my front door.
Yeah, like I get prayer and I get manifestation, 100%, because it's like speaking positivity into your life, asking for good things with the hopes of receiving good things. But people need therapy. Like God gave us therapists, use them.
Yeah, because I don't know about turning it over to Jesus. Everything in the Black household is pray on it.
That's a fact.
Pray on it, baby. It's gonna be all right. Like that's cool.
It's cool, but you need to do the work.
Exactly, because I think what gets lost is prayer without work, meditation without work, manifestation without. It's just
words.
It's like a wish.
Yeah, you just putting words in the universe.
Yeah, everything takes work.
That's a fact.
I think everything takes work. So if you choose to pray, if you choose to meditate, if you choose to do great, that's good for you. But I do feel like you have to put in the work.
That's a fact. You have to do the footwork. That's with anything. Like if you put in a job application, you still got to get up and go to the interview if they call you back. Like so it's like the same.
You want money? It's not gonna fall from the sky.
Hello, go to work, get it, do something, baby. All right. So have you ever been to therapy before? Is it something that you would advocate for? Is it something that you're like, wasn't really for me?
I have been to therapy. So I guess maybe you should go first, and then I'll go because I got a little story.
Okay, cool. I've never been to therapy before.
Okay.
It is something that I've been thinking about lately. Like, I really need to go to therapy, just to kind of work through some of my childhood traumas, because I feel like there's plenty of things that I've done in my life to like get over them, but there's also I can feel things that still hold me back or trigger me. Like, so I do want to like figure out ways how I can manage that better.
Okay.
Just so I can propel further on in life. Like, like there are some things that still bother me or things that happen that I just don't know how to deal with. So I definitely do want to go to therapy, especially I'm about to be 30. Not that that has anything to do with it, but I like telling people that. No, but seriously, like, I just want to be the best version of myself, like, that I ever was, like, walking into a new decade of my life. So I feel like any tools that I could use to do that and be that, I want. That's a fact. Even if it don't work for me, fine, that's okay. But I did it.
You tried, yeah. Okay, so I have been to therapy. I was diagnosed. I was going through a really rough time. I think I've been dealing with stuff like my life, but I just, because it's not a thing that you talk about, so you just try to get over it. But I started noticing like changes within my body. As far as like, I started noticing, you probably noticed that I do some things. I have like a lot of fidgety attribute. Like I do like a lot of fidgeting. But I had started noticing that I was like having heart palpitations and I was losing weight rapidly. And I've always had trouble with sleeping. Like I've been an insomniac a lot of my life. But I just had a breaking point. So I decided to look up a therapist, go to therapy.
And how long ago was this?
2018.
Okay.
And I did a good year of sessions. And I actually just reached out to somebody else because I think like I need like maybe a tune-up.
Okay.
Or whatever. So I was, just for the audience sake, I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression and sudden change disorder, which like, yeah, I don't adapt well. I might be saying the title of what I was wrong, but it's basically when things change rapidly, I don't adjust quickly. It throws me off.
Okay.
Like at my job, I had to explain to my boss, they like changed my function at work. It took me like a good month to like be okay. Like I can't focus. Like it really throws me off. Like, and you probably know that most times in my life, I like have everything planned.
This is very true.
Out. Like I'm really like it needs to be like this, and if it's thrown off, it like I can't really function. But what I will say about therapy is I did like it. However, go to a therapist that looks like you or understands your struggle. I think going to a therapist that looks like you, even while they're all qualified, like as far as books wise, I felt that the person that I was going to was very good, but I don't think she understood the dynamics of how a Black household is
and how it shaped
and how
you.
It's shaped, how it's ran. Like some things are just like, to us it's just normal. And I think sharing some of my stories with her, she was like, oh my God. Like,
but is it normal though, or are we trained to think that some of the things that we experience are normal?
Not saying that it's all normal, but her solutions for the things that I've like, it wasn't rational to me.
Okay.
I was feeling like she not getting it. I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to explain to her. Like I try to explain to her about a Black dad when you got a Black dad in your house. She don't get like she
didn't understand
getting it. Like it just like I think she came from something so different. That it was like
she couldn't relate.
She couldn't relate. So not only like just look like you, but I think like understand your struggle. I think finding the right therapist is big. Like I know someone, because I don't want to put their business out there, but I know someone who goes to a therapist who I'm trying to get in with their therapist because like I feel like she is it. Like
well, put me on this.
Yeah, I've had a conversation where she's booked and busy. Ooh. Like I hit her end of last year, and she's like, as soon as I get an opening, I will hit you. So
wow.
Like,
yeah, well, I'll wait for you to get you, because you've been waiting a while, so I'll wait for you to get your foot in, and then I'll try to sneak in there somewhere.
I'm gonna hit her up again.
That's cool. That's cool. So for me, because I'm not someone who's ever, not that I know, I don't know, gosh, because I feel like I don't like the word strong, but I feel like I'm a pretty resilient person. And I'm really goofy too. Like, I've always been super goofy, and I've always like used music and stuff as a tool to like get me out of a funk. And I cannot say that I've ever experienced depression. I just can't call it.
Do you know what it looks like?
I don't know. Like, I don't know what depression looks like. I believe that I've been stressed before, of course. Like, I've experienced stress, but like where I felt like I didn't want to get out the bed, but I know it looks.
So when you go to the doctor, and they give you a screening.
Okay.
They give you a screening. It's an alcohol screening that they give you, and they give you it's like there's words for it. It's like a PQRS form or something like that. Mm-hmm. But that's a mental health screening.
Okay.
And they'll say, like, have you been sleeping normally? Have you been... and you're checking those things off. You don't... That's how my doctor diagnosed me. I was just filling it out. Mm-hmm. And like, okay, I fill it out every year.
Usually I always say no to those things. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't...
there's two different
I don't have issues with sleeping.
Okay.
One thing about me is I'm asleep. And I would give me a good old 6 to 8.
Maybe you have never been depressed.
Yeah,
it's possible.
Yeah, I just don't feel like there's been times where I've been down, but I think that part of depression or another form of depression is also functioning, like where you can go to work.
Yeah, you can be functional
and still be depressed. I don't know though, like
because it looks different for different people. Mm-hmm. Like, I definitely function when I'm depressed, and I can put on a face. I think that's something that we like kind of learn.
Okay.
In my house, like what goes on in this house stays in this house type of vibe. So I can put on a smile to the outside world, do what I need to do, and then I go in the house and I'm like,
about to fall apart.
I'm a mess.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think I really can't say that. Like, I've been through something traumatic where it hurt me and I cried about it for a little while, but I went through something, like, you know, like I felt like that was a normal way to deal with something that's painful. But other than that, like I haven't experienced times where I just like, wow, I just feel down for nothing, like, or not nothing.
But no, it is like that. When I felt depressed, it's like, what is wrong with me? Like, I would think like, why? There's nothing literally going on. Everything is good. Your money is good. You got this. You got that. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, and you can't call it.
And it's very bothersome to not know, like, to touch, like, when you don't know what it is.
It seems like that will make it worse.
Yeah, because now I'm overthinking, trying to figure it out. But, like, I think you would know if you've been depressed. So,
yeah,
like,
I think I would know. So. But, so what are some healing tools that you've used outside of professional help? So you said that you've been to a therapist.
I've been to a therapist. Outside of professional help, I meditate. I started to learn to take time for myself, like I just did, like backing up when I feel crowded, because I think that's a source of like stress for me. And I move around. I'm always busy. I do a lot. So that writing and finding things that I like.
Yes.
Like, so I love the water. We don't live near an ocean. Unfortunately. So I go down by the Hudson River and sit there and I stare at the water. It might sound crazy to somebody.
It doesn't sound crazy at all.
But it's very peaceful for me. And just listen to my music. Working out for a while was super therapeutic. So I like working out outside. So the weather's changing. So I'm happy about that because I can't wait to like run the stairs and stuff like that. Working out. I think that was like mostly what I did. And then I did talk to a few friends. Like, I don't have a lot of friends, according to episode 1, which I don't. And I'm very, like, I feel like your mental health is, like, because some people they judgy.
That is very
People
true.
are super judgy about mental health. So I did have, like, you know, a person that I talked to, you know, that understood and just listened to me vent. Okay. So that was, I like that. That was it for me.
I think I will also benefit from, like, a life coach, too. I need somebody to. Well, I don't need somebody.
I know
but
somebody who's just graduated and they're going to be a life coach.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I like that. Like somebody to just affirm you. Like
it looks
to be
like us.
Period.
She looks like us.
No, but like I feel like somebody to affirm you. Like if you're about to make a bad decision or a decision that's not, like somebody to be like, you like trust yourself. Because I'm not a risk taker and I've never been a risk taker, but I want to be. Like,
see now, life coach. Now, where does she go? Risk it all?
No, not risk it all. It's crazy. But if they're a life coach, they probably would not say that, right? Like, I think they're they should be trained.
I don't know.
They should be trained not to tell somebody to risk it all.
She said, risk it all. You're like, my life coach said.
My life coach did tell me to risk it all. No, but
now
like.
you're really depressed.
No, and that's when it comes on. No, but like I feel like they'll say to me like, oh, like believe in yourself, you got this. Like, don't be afraid to take a leap because I'm somebody who needs to see the end all the time. Like end goals is like my jam. Like if I can see the end, I can do it.
Okay.
But if I have to take a leap of faith and I don't know what the end looks like, that is really hard for me.
Do we ever know what the end looks like though?
I mean, for the most part, like even with going to college, right? You know that when you go to college, you're going to get a degree at the end, especially if you do everything.
You hope to.
Yeah. Well, especially like if you got the right mindset, like you're going to college to graduate from college. Right. I mean, obviously life happens, stuff like that. But what's in my control is that I'm going to pass this class, and at the end, I'm going to get a degree.
You want to obtain a degree, right?
Right. But like, let's say I want to do something like seminars for relationship seminars or seminars for Black women growing or whatever the case may be. Like, what if I want to do that and I don't know? I know that I have to network with people, but it lies in somebody else's hands for the most part. Like those networking, those connections, like all of those things that you have to do to obtain that. Like I can't see the end.
Okay.
Like like there's so many steps to that.
So you need somebody to just tell you like it's okay.
Yeah, like just jump.
You don't think that was another thing that I did for myself. Speaking of since we're talking about what I did, like what was done to help me get through stuff, and this goes into affirmations. Mm-hmm. Every day I wrote on a sticky piece of paper for 30 days an affirmation to myself.
Okay.
And I put them on my mirror in the bathroom, and every morning, like if it was day 2, I had my first affirmation. I looked at myself, I read it, and my second one. And as every day, I read every affirmation to start my day until I got to day 30. I think I'm going to do that again. Mm-hmm. And it was really nice to say, like, you're great, you're beautiful, you're worth it. Like, all the things, all the doubts that I've ever had about myself, I affirmed myself in the opposite way. And maybe that's something that you can do for yourself.
Like, I mean, I've done that, though. Like, I have in my journal, I have, like, when I first started, before the first day of teaching, I wrote down a whole bunch of affirmations that I read. And it kind of like, I hate when this happens, when things just kind of like die down. Like you feel super good about it and you're doing it for a couple of days. And then all of a sudden, like the book is nowhere. Like, where's the book? Where's the affirmation?
That's something that you have to like force yourself. I think you have to get into a routine.
Yeah, definitely like get into a routine, especially like, I don't know, being a mom too. And then in the morning time is like a rush here, rush there.
But take time for yourself.
Definitely
if you say to yourself, like, I have to get up
an extra 10 minutes earlier
for yourself.
That's a fact.
Like, and not for nothing, I started doing that, but now I wake up with no alarm. Okay. Because I really think an alarm is unhealthy. I think being jolted out your sleep is like ridiculous.
It is.
Who came up? Who came up with this?
And then, God forbid you use a snooze 17 times in the morning.
Like, so now I let my body naturally wake up, and it's to the point where I wake up between 6:30 and 7. It's never beyond that. It's my body's just trained to do so. My body's just trained to do so. But I definitely think like you just have to get into the habit of, give yourself that extra 10 minutes. And don't forget, when I leave this earth, you get all my journals.
Oh, yep.
And all that
true.
stuff. Because
I inherit the journals.
Yeah, she inherit. Oh. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of stuff.
I'm going to write a story about your life based on your journals. Do you want me to do that?
You can.
That would be so cool. I'm not even going to lie. All right, so.
It's a lot of stuff.
But now I'm thinking about your death because I want to. All right. So do you think that sometimes mental illness is used as a crutch? People who suffer from mental illness, do you think that they sometimes use it as a crutch or an enabler to behave a certain way?
I would say yes. Because I think sometimes people will be like, oh, I have this. So, like an excuse. Like, for instance, I'll say I have anxiety.
Okay.
Because I don't want to put anybody else on the front street, but I'll say I have anxiety, right? And if somebody was like, oh, how come you didn't get this, that, and that done? Like, you have a workload in front of you. Why didn't you get it done? Oh, well, my anxiety is not allowing me. I think people do stuff like that.
Not everybody. But.
No, not everybody. But I think people have to learn how to work around it. You have to learn to work around your ailments, whatever they are.
Right.
You need glasses, you can't see well, you have to learn to
right.
You can't see well, you have to get glasses, you have to learn how to work around it.
You can't hear, you
get a hearing aid.
Right.
Like not everybody, but a lot of people have ailments, and I feel like if you have a mental health issue, you need to figure a way to work around it. You can't use it as an excuse, and I feel like a lot of people do. I acted out this way because of this.
Right. And then you keep on rehashing or keep reliving something over and over and blaming or treating people a certain way, like if you're hurting people or whatever, and you keep on saying, oh, it's because of this, it's because of this. That's not fair.
And then at what point then you kind of look at it like, was you really having an episode, or
you was just using
was you really just knew you could say this? Right. So I think that's where there's a line, because it's like, you don't want to dismiss somebody's mental health claim, but at the same time, it's like, I think you knew what you was doing.
Yeah, like at what point do you take responsibility or accountability for you?
Right. So that part is rough. Like, I have anxiety. It's not like I have like schizophrenia or bipolar or anything like that. But so I don't know how it feels. I don't know how that feels inside.
Right.
I only can say how I feel inside. So
yeah, and speaking of like us outside of mental illness, like when you think about childhood traumas, or like when you become an adult, like this, I've been saying this literally probably since I was 17, because I had a boyfriend when I was younger, and a lot of times he used his upbringing as why. I mean, I guess now in retrospect, like, we were still super young. So, like, kids, so it was like, I could see how you could still be affected by that. But at that time, I was saying out loud to him, like, when are you going to stop he was a little older than me. But when are you going to stop blaming your parents and take responsibility for your life? Oh, maybe I was, like, ahead of my time. No, but like, when are you gonna stop blaming? And this is for adults who are like well into their 20s, even 30s, or even 40s. Like, at what point do you take responsibility for yourself and your actions? Like, oh well, my mom did this or my dad did this. Like, at this point, you need to seek help. If that's what you need, you need to go to therapy, or you need to speak with somebody so that you can get past it, because.
You can't live in the past.
Yeah, it does become excuses, because there's so many resources out there that can help you and aid you to be better. And if you want that, then you need to get it. Like, you can't just ask Jesus for help.
So, speaking of
antics,
Kanye. So, my guy, I love Kanye. He can't do any wrong in my eyes, but. How do you feel about like his what we'll call antics and the things that he's been doing, like as far as like his divorce is concerned from Kim, moving across the street from her, the post that he's been posting
about Pete Davidson and everybody else, like
dating girls that
look exactly like him. That's so weird to me. Like, I feel like he's being strange. I don't know, but like. You said he can't do any wrong in your eyes. I totally disagree, because I feel like we can't excuse bad behavior because somebody's a celebrity and they make good music and they have good beats and they're a genius. He is a genius. There is a very fine line or thin line between genius and insanity. And he teeters a lot. Like, he's definitely on the fence. 1 minute he's hanging this way, he leaning that way, he leaning this way. I think it's completely inappropriate what he's doing to Kim. Like, your behavior got you where you're at. Like, period. So we just talked about not making excuses for people and their behavior, even though they're blaming it on their mental illness.
Damaged Kanye.
I mean, that's a possibility. Like, because I remember when Kanye first came out on, it was a show or something. It may have been Ellen or something. I don't remember. But when him and Kim came out publicly and they were speaking, that was the first time I've ever heard Kanye's voice sound like that. I remember
he sounded crazy.
I remember being shocked. Like, as soon as he opened his mouth, I was like, wait.
Who this man?
I was shocked at the, like, why are you talking like that? It was so strange. So I wouldn't say that he in any relationship, like, there's somebody is at fault for something, but Kanye's behavior is unexcusable. The way he is acting, the way he is, like, yelling everything, because I feel like every time he types, he's yelling. I feel like
he said that he's sorry about typing in caps. He's not yelling. Like, come on.
He is yelling. He's yelling on Genius the whole time. On the Netflix series, he is yelling. That's how
I haven't watched that.
No, he wasn't yelling the whole time.
You watched it?
I did, and it gave me a soft spot for him. It really did.
This is why, probably because I really follow him. So I guess that's why. I shouldn't make an excuse for him, but I know people in my life, though, who suffer with being bipolar. So I guess maybe that gives me a soft spot for him as well. And I think a lot of times is that he's misunderstood. Because everything is not an antic. Like, people love to blame it on the bipolar. Like, oh, he having a manic episode right now. Everything, like, sometimes but I think once you get that label on you, and people know you have that label, then everything that you do that doesn't seem normal, people take it he's having an episode. Yeah. Oh, here. That's true. And he or she go with an episode.
Yeah, I really don't think there's anything wrong with him buying a house on the same street as his kids. And I don't think there's anything wrong with the way that he approaches spending time with his kids. I do not consider.
Because imagine if you're, like, Kardashian and the clout and the money, and he has the same amount of money, but he's still a black man,
right,
in America. So you already losing, no matter how much money you got.
And it's just him. I feel like it's just him,
right?
Versus like the Kardashian.
They
clan.
they got a whole clan. Yeah. Crew. So it's like whatever she say, and he was saying, I gotta go through nannies, I gotta go through this person and that person just to speak to my kids.
Yeah, like, I do totally understand the kids part, but I'm not excusing his other behavior. Like, the way he be acting towards Pete don't got nothing to do with it. Like, at the end of the day, they always hanging out with each other because Kanye was hanging out when she was with the other guy. Like, they all do the same thing.
What other guy?
What was the one, who was she with before him? I mean, I don't want to slut shame nobody.
We need to have an episode about slut shaming too.
Yeah, we definitely do, because
sluts can be shamed.
Lucky. Leave these folks alone. Let them do whatever they want.
We all had a whole face.
Whatever you want to do with your body, I mean, hey, that's on you. That's your business.
It's consequences.
It definitely is consequences, especially when you're a celebrity. But yeah, with Kanye, like, I feel that no, we do not condone the behavior that you have outside of your children. Like, talking about Pete, saying something about his mother.
Fine.
Like, he said, oh, what did he say about Pete's mom?
Oh, I don't know.
He said something about your mother would be something about that, and it wasn't like he was saying nothing bad about his mother. But I'm like, God forbid somebody mentioned Donda, you will have an entire.
No, you can't be on my mother's album.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No, you cannot be on my mother's album.
Like, he would have an entire conniption.
Yeah, he would.
So.
All right, so speaking of crazy, our bruh what?
Bruh what?
Bruh what?
Let's talk about inflation.
Yo, these gas prices.
I hate that for me.
So, Putin, stand down. Stand down. Wait, no, don't come for me. I'm joking. Do what you want to do.
No, but inflation, like, those gas prices on Wednesday. Gas was $3.99 on Wednesday. What is it up to now?
Nah, I went to one gas station. It was $3.99 yesterday. Drove by it because I thought I had the. I thought I had the spot. $4.29 for regular gas.
Yeah, see.
So if you're driving anything that requires premium or
forget it, child. You may as well just go ahead and buy you a bike.
Or beat them feet.
Not beat the feet. You might as well get you some roller skates or something, because you better roll bounce.
The joys of working from home.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to worry about gas as much, but
that is the ultimate struggle.
Yeah.
What are some takeaways? Like, I mean, inflation is a mess. Hate that. Like, it is just a mess right now. I don't even know. I feel like everything is gonna go up.
Oh yeah. Like, so if you're trying to fly,
oof.
You better get your ticket today.
Right now.
Today.
No, for real. Like, right now. Because those plane prices is about to be off the chain.
Them tickets is about to... Oof.
That is a fact. But let's wrap up.
Yeah.
What are some takeaways around mental health that you want to leave the people with? Lucky.
I guess I'm not good with the wrap up, but I guess the takeaway would be, if you feel like you're struggling, if you feel that you need to talk to someone, seek out help. Talk to someone. Like, everything, just because you're feeling a way doesn't mean that it's bad. Don't let the stigma of what society or other people might say about you affect you, because we all need help. We all go through a struggle sometime or another.
We all need a little bit of help,
Yeah.
and that is a fact. Well, we have the suicide prevention hotline number for anybody who is feeling anything and they need some help. It is 1-800-273-TALK.
Talk.
Again, that's 1-800-273-TALK.
And what's those numbers for
8255.
Yeah, just in case you can't spell talk. We want.
Ooh.
1-800-273-8255.
You're not making it no better. That is
y'all know us all love.
All right. Follow us on Instagram at saying_
whatever we
_
want to say. And make sure you like and subscribe. Only Way Out Podcast. Until next time, y'all.